Alright, the next cool thing from the world of vintage land is the MXR Time Delay. These are from the 80s. It came from the 80s. Just like a Walkman. And acid wash jeans. It's all plastic. Giant stomp switch. Pretty much every delay pedal, well, not every delay pedal, most delay pedals have 3 knobs: delay time, regeneration, and mix. Some have more, some have less, of course. This has all 3, but the third one, the mix, is right there, a little thumb wheel. It says dry. Down for dry. Let's have a look at this thing. One screw. Super simple. Well, it's going to be 2 screws actually. There's the first one. No, it is 1 screw. Here's how you get the rest of it out. Pull the knobs off. The knobs are the only thing holding this in place. They just pull straight off, and it falls out. Okay, kids, there's an analog delay. Zoom in on this thing so you can really look at it. It has the Reticon SAD. It's SAD, but I like to say SAD. It's funner. 4096. And those chips cost about as much as this pedal, if you can find them. A lot of 1980s cat hair in there. What else do we got here? So there's that dry signal. Thumb wheel, that's what you can see from the battery compartment. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. And then you see 2 more trimmers here and here. This trimmer sets how the regen behaves. So if you want like to be able to turn the regen all the way up and it doesn't go crazy, then you can dial that in. If you want crazy to be like at the 3 o'clock position, you can dial that in down here. So I've got mine where it goes crazy somewhere between 3 o'clock and full. So kind of like, 4 or 5 o'clock. And the other trimmer, I wish there was a trimmer for changing the clock speed. But the other trimmer is the balance of the wet dry, as far as I can tell. So when I roll this all the way clockwise, putting the pointer over here, it's totally wet, or sorry, totally dry. And then all this way up to like here, it's totally wet. So right there, I've got it set right now so that, and you can see here, that's about the halfway point with that arrow sticking straight out. And this trimmer is at about the halfway point between the wet and dry signal level. So that's how I set it up. If you want it set up to be, one way or the other, more so, then you can adjust that with this trimmer. Man, crazy stuff. I don't know when the actual date of this is, like what year. You could probably tell by looking at that serial number, or like the codes on the pots. Anyway, that's it. Pretty cool design, really. It's like super lightweight. It's crazy how lightweight this thing is. And it sounds really good too. It's like super warm. It's maybe one of the warmest delays I've ever heard. When I was playing my Les Paul into it, I couldn't even like play on the neck pickup. It was just like almost like murky. So I was using a lot of bridge pickup. And it was enough to kind of, I don't use a lot of the bridge pickup, like exclusively, but it was taming a lot of that high end. So it was kind of cool. And that's it. I kind of like this enclosure, really. Some people think it's like gross or whatever. I kind of like it. There we are. In another video, maybe I'll do a sound example of this, but I don't know. I don't like pedal demos to get the sound of something, because it's always going to sound different on your rig anyways, and most people listen to this stuff on a cell phone while they're driving and can't really pay attention to much of it anyway. But it's cool. I like it. It's kind of grainy. It's really warm. And then the regen, it's kind of like really usable. It doesn't, at least the way I have it trimmed out, it doesn't go completely insane and sound all nasty. I think it's maybe because it's warm enough. I can just get those regens just going behind it forever, and it's kind of reverby, washy. A lot of people like to use the washy. I don't know about the washi. Washi is paper in Japan. Anyway, that's it.